Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page, which I talk about common sense, but I try to keep it down and in the nitty-gritty under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very important. And not important to liberals, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. I speak very frankly, I speak very boldly, I speak explicitly, I speak very clearly. But of course, since I'm so eccentric and kind of goofy and quirky in a way, that's who I am, I'm not trying to go astray. Don't turn gay because of a lack of a lay. Alright, going down the rabbit hole, not up your asshole. Let's begin with the topic for today. I will try my best to be expedient about this because of my experiences as being a child psychologist, a gynecologist, and also a therapist, eccentrically, for all of you different types of sexes and beautiful species and creatures out there, werewolves, bats, shapeshifters, aliens, and other beings out there, which is unknown. Now, since we are going to talk about this topic for today, the topic will be about, the parenting experiment. Yes, I know. Society is all fucked up because of poor parenting skills. Yeah. Poor parenting skills is 80% in the nuclear family. There is no nuclear family anyway. Alright? This is mainly the single mother syndrome. Okay. Alright. So the topic for today, I will break down. This message is actually not for the general masses of asses. I repeat, not for the general masses of asses. These videos are not for NPCs, non-playable characters, EDBs, which is another name for it, emotional douchebags. These videos are not for people who wear shades at night. These videos are not for people who wear tattoos. All right, okay, so there's a whole list of you mother effers out there who should not be watching my videos because I am not seeking any validation from any of you through my anecdotal experiences. All right, let's go. So this is to teach you parents out there of different methods to keep your child in check before it's too late. As I said before, quiet up there. You're being too loud. As I said before, 80% of parents out there, single mother parenting, okay, deadbeat mothers out there, terrible at parenting. I've been a babysitter for many years. I got countless thousands of dollars trying my best to educate women in general and also children. I've seen a lot of psychological differentiations between many different children and different psychologies. I love studying psychology, but I try to keep it down to the nitty-gritty. There's three types of parenting out there. There's nature, there's nurture, and then there's the middle ground, okay, the gray ground. You can experiment on this all you want. There's also another form of human behavior which you have to understand, which is human genetics. Eugenics, the study of genetics, is important. It's not a pseudoscience. Okay? If you're born with these particular bad genes, it's bound to happen. All right? It's already been done. The studies has already been done. All right? But I want you guys to understand something here. If you're a parent out there listening to my message and you got past the intro, you are very special and very super intelligent. By far than most. People look at an image, they hear a sound, they don't hear the whole message. I'm only speaking for 10 minutes. And most people's attention span is only like 5 minutes. Okay? But I want to make something very clear here. I need you guys, since most of you are uneducated in this, to do an experiment. Would you rather teach your children through nurture? That means you have a controlled system. Okay, a controlled system, which you have standards for yourself and also how to teach respect, how to give respect. A lot of these days, a lot of women will call a man like me a controlling person, a narcissist, but they don't know what that means. They never had an alpha father. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole with that again, repeating myself like a parrot. Most people have not had alpha father figures. They haven't. They either had a deadbeat mother, okay, or they've been raised through the system of some sort of way. Their aunt or their uncle or get some shit. All right? But I recommend that all of you do is try your best to be as focused on paranoia as possible. Things can happen. So you have things controlled psychologically so you can protect yourself. You don't want to go into crowds of places where there's other knuckleheaded people to get yourself misconstrued or you just get caught up in some situation. So control is the best way to go about life. It is. It makes society a better place when you have controlled situations. Because I have 2 daughters. You saw my 2 daughters many times. I've traveled overseas. I've made plenty of videos. Makes a lot of sense. But the millennials don't agree. They don't understand. People with emotions don't understand. But I'd rather you try to be experimental. Would you rather your child, though you know nothing about genetics, disrespect you later on? Okay? Or would you rather respect you now? Right? I do a cross between experimental and controlled. I never let nature take its course and let them do what they want to do. Okay, this is the worst way to go. And a lot of parents are like this. They like to, especially a lot of Caucasian snow queen type females out there, and they like to let nature take its course and let them do. And they're very soft on discipline too, because discipline is a controlled substance, right? To be very disciplined is to control things, to make sure things don't get out of whack, out of sync, right? And you need that in your household. When I encounter women with daughters and I tell them, hey, you know, if you want me to give you all the psychological tools, you got to pay me more. So $20 an hour is fucking expensive. So they were too broke in order to pay me for my services, because I study child psychology and human behavior. I do this stuff because it's a part of my niche, what I do. Okay. So when I tell them this is how you have daughters, you have to, that's like all hell on earth. It's much harder to raise girls than boys. Okay? But I got 2 daughters. I already have plans of giving them up for adoption if they act a certain way when they get a certain age. I have no problems. I have plans. I play chess. I don't like being disrespected. I have a tolerance level, right? Everyone should have a tolerance level, right? For your mental health, right? But if you are going about life in the natural essence of things, going whenever comes up on a whim, you fit in with everybody else. You are just part of majority of society. A fuck up. You are. You're not unique in any kind of way. Whatever's popular, whatever's trending is usually not the thing that you're supposed to be focusing on. All right? You don't check credentials. You don't care about research. You don't care about honing in on your child's potential. But I'm not saying to be strict, okay, right? Okay, you got to be kind of like more balanced and on the light side of things rather than the dark side of things. Because nature is dark. Nature is chaotic. You do know that, right? Okay, nature don't give a crap about if you live or die psychologically. But when you're raising your children, I recommend you homeschool your children. You know what's going on in today's society, especially with the LGBT community. You know, anybody's a part of those groups, okay, may have situations psychologically wrong with them. Yeah, I'm not hating on them. I've talked to many of them. I have clients who are those types of beings, okay? I'm not trying to sound narcissistic. Most people don't understand what the word narcissistic means, okay? But anyway, I digress here. So you have to choose wisely. Would you want to get into the books? Do you really want your family to be raised up in monetization and ambition? Do you want them to be indwelled in society? Okay. That's the thing I see with a lot of parents. I say, why are you giving your child this? They don't know. A lot of them are just ignorant. Okay. And ignorance is bliss. I don't cater to most people who are ignorant. They either want to learn or they want to do stuff. I can't force you. I can hold your hand if you pay me. Of course you can hold your hand. To be like me and an eccentric therapist, no, it's very hard to do. I went to college for it for a bit, okay? I don't need to graduate to be a psychologist or a therapist. A lot of knuckleheaded people think you need a paper to do these things. You really don't, okay? If anything I'm saying, you ask a question, right? But that's all I really want to say about using the parenting experiment. You can call it by many names as you want. I'm just being frank and open and upfront. All right? A lot of parents are not great parents. They're not. They have to be taught. All right? And sometimes you need to force things in order for things to go the right way. Other than that, that's what I'm going to say. I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. If you learned something from this goddamn video, that's my daughters up there, okay, imitating me, then you give me a like, okay? You share this video. Make the right decision. Get yourself educated on teaching your kids the right things to do. Homeschool your kids. Keep them away from this cyber schools, okay? Other than that, that's all I really want to say about this, guys. You know thyself more than anything else, because you are all gods in my eyes. Peace. Peace.